you, Mary Jane. I love how you say my name.
We have doubts, we have tears, without clout it appears in the clouds. I am near and I'm proud to be here. Outstanding in the mirror, it's about to be clear how I'm ending this year. Hope I'm sounding sincere. How can I now deny, wanna try? Go walk through the forest, you'll be mountain high. How can I now deny?
Yeah, what's good? What's good? Welcome another episode of GanjaHoops, the movie. In the world of Web3, we did something that's I guess is new. So I'm here with Epi. First of all, let me give this guy a smooth ass intro. The one and only. I mean, he's too colorful and too much whatever credentials to mention as far as film credits is gonna go. So I'm just gonna say he's a master in the world of film. Epi Quizon, yo.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for
Epi.
that introduction.
I don't know. I couldn't say. I say you're a master because you've been in it for how many years now?
Well, since I was born, man, I was born into the family of filmmakers. But I'm a jack of all trades, master of none.
Ah, that could be a great thing, though, right?
I love it.
So one of the things that I know that you enjoy doing is directing.
Well, put it this way: I was born in a family of filmmakers. I practically grew up playing with those cans of film. I said film. Those cans of film.
Okay,
So
okay. The
we used
round,
to,
the round,
yeah, we
the
used to
round
treat it like
reels.
pizza, and it's like
Yeah.
we had a room full of that. So we played around with cameras, and we played around with mirrors.
Mm.
We act in front of mirrors, like we'll make a bet with my brothers, my siblings, my cousins. Who can cry first? So we're in front of a mirror, trying to cry. So
Oh.
so acting was very natural for my family. So I have been an actor since I was 17 years old, and around 1920, I was not really satisfied with what I do in front of the camera. So I decided to step behind it. Wait,
Yeah.
my daughter,
There you go.
my love. I'm on a, I'm on a, I'm live on camera. Say hi. She turned it off. That's my daughter. She just turned 18.
God bless.
And
Wow.
she calls me every 5 minutes. So if it rings again. So
That's
anyway,
cool. Pick it up.
so I step behind the camera and I go, I want to learn what's behind it. So the first thing was I got a camera, like a point and shoot.
Uh-huh.
I got a Nikon, and remember I used to body paint people and shoot them. It's called ultraviolet reflected photography.
Okay.
So I did that, and then from there I started learning how to write scripts, how to produce films, and then hands on. I went on deck with my brother's productions, from utility PA to continuity until I became an AD, and then all I needed was, so I completed all that, and all I needed was a film, my film.
Mm-hmm.
But in front of the camera, then I go back to being in front of the camera without being a director, and I started winning awards. So my father goes, strike while the iron is hot.
Mm.
So I guess the iron is still hot. I'm still striking.
No, because you're
So
still winning a lot of awards for the
I'm-
things you're doing now. We'll get
I'm
to
in
that
front,
later.
and I'm in front of that's me being in front of the camera, right? So I told myself, if I am going to direct one, it should be like a baby, like something that's like my daughter. That it has to be that special. It has to be something that I will nurture and protect as it grows. So I will treat it like a baby. So I had this concept about the conflict in Mindanao, where there's a wellspring
Mm-hmm.
and two forces were fighting over the water. And
Mm-hmm.
10 days into battle, they're like so dehydrated, they're so thirsty, but they cannot go to the water, which is free
Mm.
for anyone to drink, because every time they go, there's a sniper shooting
Mm.
them. So I go, now this is what I want to direct.
So you're saying that's your first one that you've ever directed that's like
I've
solely
directed commercials. I've directed for Petron. I've directed for different, commercials.
right, but it's not
But a
from your
film,
soul,
a
from your
narrative,
soul,
my
from
narrative,
your imagination,
my
basically,
and my narrative
and
should
your
be
narrative.
my narrative, right? So producers have asked me to direct. I turned it down and turned them down. I mean, of course, it's money and all that, but it's not my narrative. So Bukal, there's an English title to this. It's Wellspring.
Hmm.
Is a short film, and for me, this is the narrative that I want to tell people. That Epi's first film is something about educating people, my kids, our kids, or the next generation, about war, which is not what we need. So not war is not the answer. So here's a film. It's a short film that can tap people. So that's where. And before this, before I produced this film, Malaya, right?
Hmm.
I was a peace ambassador for OPAP during the Pinoy administration, right? So we were asked to go to the war to go to war torn Mindanao, right? To for the caravan, the peace caravan that will talk to the Muslim rebels in Mindanao.
Uh-huh.
So I say yes. So I go. We were the first caravan, me and Ebidancel. You know, we go inside war torn Mindanao. I was with Malaya, I brought Malaya.
Hmm.
And we were feeding kids, and there was this 9-year-old kid I was feeding who's staring me like in a very weird way. All the other kids were smiling, but this one was like, "What the fuck are you?" Can I
It's
say
all
that?
good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing here? That look, 9-year-old. And I was telling Malaya, look at this kid. 5, 6 years from now, this kid will be, can probably pick up a gun and shoot this caravan,
Mm-hmm.
shoot us. Now, I want to talk to these kids. I want to create a message that will talk to these kids. So, I started writing the song, Lukso ng Dugo.
Mm.
Remember?
Yes, sir.
You were part of that, right?
Thank you, Epi.
And then after that, I went back to this idea of mine of the bukal, and I r- I had a friend from Singapore who helped me write a script, and that's what we created. That's what I've been directing and producing for the last 10 years, so that when I put it out on YouTube or whatever, I can communicate to any kid in Mindanao, even if
Mm.
it's war torn and all that, and talk to them about,
Yes,
hey,
yes,
that's
yes.
war is not the answer. So that has been the narrative.
That's a beautiful, beautiful thing, Epi. You know what I'm saying? I respect that a lot, man. I mean, I've known you for a while, over a decade now, and seeing you produce this, because I saw it. I'm even in that music video that you showed me. That's the first time I saw it since, actually, and I feel very proud to be a part of it. I'm thankful, being that I know your intentions, and I know the effort that you put behind it. It's not a simple thing to get all those legends in one song, in one room, fighting for something like peace. You know what I'm saying? So now bringing that over and bringing that passion towards directing your first. What are you looking like? What's the next 5 years like? Like,
Uh,
what's after that? Like,
well, now I have written scripts, my own. I have Askal. I have Tari. Uh, I have Ungo. Anyway, these films are like it's there written. Uh, just looking for the right producer, the right timing. Again, when I decide to shoot it, I will give it 9 months to nurture it like a baby. Like I will have to go back to the script, get my right crew to know the film as I do, so that they when we go to set, we already know
you're in the
exactly
same
what we are
page,
going to
basically,
do
huh?
on the set.
What do
So
you think is the hardest part of that? Like, what's the hardest part of producing a film?
getting the money.
Number one, number two,
Number two, getting your right crew
number
from
three.
day one. Number three, Um, planning, planning,
Okay, so
strategy, planning. You have to plan it right. You have to, man. But even if you plan it right, there's no such thing as a perfect plan, right?
mm,
So at least plan it so that you will eliminate all those small mistakes so that
mm-hmm,
when you do it, it's clear. But you have to prepare your team for that.
mm-hmm.
You have to prepare your characters for that. You have to prepare people down to the people who brings you your food. It has to be carefully planned like a baby.
Top five movies for Epic Keys on your favorite movies of all time. Let's go with
My
of all
films
time.
of all time.
Top five
Oh
films of
man,
all time.
Godfather for sure, right?
Okay,
Scarface.
okay.
Um, Legends of the Fall.
Uh,
Okay.
what's that?
I have to I have to I
Brad
have to
Pitt. Oh,
I have to think of
yeah.
the last two, huh? Wait.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Then I'm gonna go ask you other
King of New York.
King of New York, Fire. Christopher Walken.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
True Romance.
True Romance. Oh yeah, yeah, that's fire. What's his name? They beating each other up in that.
Christian Slater.
Christian Slater. Right.
Arquette.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Rosanna
Classic.
Arquette and well, Dennis Hopper's there and
Classic. Classic.
Christopher Walken's there. Oh
Okay.
man, I forgot to
I know
say
you're gonna miss movies. Oh,
The Deer Hunter.
at least today, that's
The
your
Deer
top
Hunter.
six today.
The Deer Hunter. Why? Because I almost shot myself with a revolver because of that film, and I was
Oh,
12 years old.
wait? That's shot in the Philippines, bro. Some parts
No,
of it.
that's Apocalypse Now, which is
Oh, oh,
also
oh, oh.
top
Right, see,
seven.
so
I have to go
dope.
top seven, man.
See, it's so dope that you're gonna. If I give you more time,
I
I
can
know.
choose one out of the Godfather, the three
I
Godfathers,
know.
huh?
Okay,
Right.
so now top five of local
Local,
industry,
local,
Philippine made movies.
local. I should say General Luna is, one of my
Dope.
favorites.
Congrats,
General
congrats
Luna.
for your role in there.
Okay, top five. Oro Plata Mata.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hmm. Isang araw walang Diyos. Peke Galiaga.
Okay.
And I must say Radio, which is my personal favorite.
Mm-hmm.
It's a film with me and Yam Laranas. Uh, that's four?
Four.
Okay. Wait. Markova.
Maricopa. You know,
Why?
I need
Because
to go
that's
back to
me,
those. I don't know.
me, my dad, and my brother played one role, and we won Best Actor slash Best Actress.
Mm.
I'm
What?
not kidding. The three of us, we have an Actress Award.
Wait,
I am not kidding. I can show you the trophy.
Why? Because y'all played it's like a
Well, he was a man. He was gay. Excuse. I don't know if that's the
whatever
right
the term.
whatever term.
Yeah.
He was gay. He was homosexual, and but he dressed like a woman, acted like a woman, believing that he is a woman. So we didn't play it like we were gay. We played it like we were women.
Oh, and you won
And
awards.
in the Brussels Award, it was a Brussels Award. When they were giving out the awards, there was no um, actress that really stood out, and they go. I think it's a triple tie
Wow.
for
That's
the
crazy.
for the father and the two siblings, right?
Yeah.
So and
That's
they
gotta be
go
history, no?
and they were playing a woman's role
Uh.
basically. So they basically just gave us the two awards. Beside. So best actor slash best actress.
Yes, ma'am, sir. Perfect for Green
Right.
Hills.
So, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
One more. How about? Well, you named the local. You named. I was gonna ask your own, but you already put there your own radio. Henry Luna. You
No,
put up there.
okay. Let's
Also.
take out my own. All right. Let's take out my own. I go General
No, but
Luna.
those are there. It's deserving. It's deserving.
Oro
to be on
Plata
there.
Mata. Isang araw walang Diyos. Hmm. What's this other two that I would watch over and over again? Uh,
I saw you in Pinoy Blonde. That's where I met you.
Pinoy
That's why I
Blonde.
think
I
that's
love the
probably
film. I
that's
love
probably
the
when I
film.
first
So
saw you. when I first met Boy Two and you. I think Peke Gallaga.
mm,
You know me. I grew up in Brooklyn, so everything was new around that time
yeah,
when
yeah,
I got here.
yeah,
So
yeah.
the first time I've even realized of an indie film was watching that in Podium. I went to the Podium and I watched you. I met on the screen first before I might have met you already, but not Boy Two. Cause I went to show support. Otherwise, yeah, I went there, watched it.
I
Uh,
don't consider myself being part of General Luna
oh yeah, huh?
because that was
Why?
Mabini.
Oh, okay. You know, yeah.
That was Mabini. That was not Epic Quizon.
Okay, okay. Bet, bet. Um, what else I wanted to know? But anyway, I'm so happy that I get to sit with you here today because I wanted, like I said, this is our first. Look at that. You like the passion you put behind your first like that directing that's what we're trying to get here and I did it where it's a group of people that own it. I'm trying to get them to be in unison as one, like you said, how you got to have your whole crew in one page, and when you get there you're almost in one spirit. You ain't got to
Yeah,
tell them what to do, they moving. So in
exactly.
a way, imagine 608 owners trying to get them in the same page to say we're gonna our energy is gonna think forward to make this the biggest
Okay,
group film,
608 owners. What are we talking about?
the NFT of Ganja Hoops, the
NFT.
movie.
Ganja Hoops.
So
So
I made
this.
it public for people to community to own. So that's what we're doing here, and I wanted to get Payo from someone who was in the film industry for as long as you are, and so far you've given us nothing but like hot
Yeah, 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 yeah.
topics and good pointers, and maybe another pointer that we wanted to ask, right? The money part has always been everyone's problem. The
Mm.
music business, everything in the Philippines is always based on blaming it on the government
I'll be
and not
blunt.
having money, right?
I'll be blunt.
Shoot.
Okay, so we're doing this
Uh-huh.
so that you can tell your partners
Uh-huh.
where their money's going, right? Or where
But
where
basically,
their
but
NFTs
the
going.
energy, I want them to learn the same time as me, as I'm learning along. You
Okay,
know what I
so
mean?
just
So,
like what I was
because it's
saying,
not much money. It's
just
not
like the
much money. They
baby.
know it's not much money
Okay,
because if it's $10 times a certain amount, they know if I
yeah,
have a
yeah, yeah,
million peso, what can a million
yeah,
peso
yeah.
reach? That's
But
like,
of course,
you know what I'm
people
saying?
people they still trusted you with their $10, right?
Oh yeah,
Right.
and I'm chill
So
giving them,
so
letting them
basically,
see.
you're saying what this NFT is all about, right?
Partly so far,
Partly.
yes.
And then for those who wants to buy, they want to.
Actually, a lot has
Because
bought
I
already.
might buy, by the end of this
Oh yeah,
podcast, huh?
we could. Not only you're gonna buy.
Yeah,
This is
so basically,
ito ang sasabihin ko sa inyo.
yung,
Kaya tayo narito. Gusto natin
kinukumbinsi niya akong bumili. Sabi ko, teka
hindi
muna
bumili.
pag-usapan natin.
Samahan tayo sa
Hindi ko pa naiintindihan din, di ba? Pero, okay.
I love it.
So, like for example, so we're talking about people who some are clueless also with NFTs, right?
Yep, there is people that
I'm
clueless
sure those
when
who
they first bought it. They were clueless at the beginning, but they was like, I bet on Mike.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I bet.
I was you before you bought your NFTs, right? So
Yeah.
okay. So the question is,
My question
w-
is to you is very vague. Just show us how like we want to learn. Like me on my end is like I've been in a movie before. I acted in a few movies. So it was slow before I got to experience. That's the furthest I've
all right,
experienced of a
okay.
movie. I've never
So
became. I've never
before
was an
okay,
executive
before we question
producer.
ourselves, let's try to balance out the conventional filmmaking and what you're doing right now,
Hmm.
right? So that we can all understand,
Yeah, for
right?
real, please.
So in conventional filmmaking, you basically you're looking for financiers, right?
Let's say I'm past that.
Like for example, okay,
Let's say we're past that.
no, you're not looking for financiers, right?
we're always. I'm 24/7 looking for financials to the day I
There
die.
you go. So
Bring it in.
right, right, okay. So what you have to do is you have to go to like Viva, ABS, the big people who puts out money, and then you.
Let me phrase that. No, I'm not looking for financials to the rest of the day. I'm trying
Okay,
to actually
no,
do the shit
conventional.
independently.
I'm talking
All right,
about the
conventional.
conventional.
Let's go.
Let's start with my conventional
We're
first.
looking for help.
So like for me, like now, on today, if I have a project, I have a script, and I have to make it. I have to look for someone who's gonna believe and put money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when they put money,
Mm-hmm.
they practically own your soul already, right?
I know.
That's the hardest part. And now what you're telling me is that your soul is one here,
Yes, with 608 owners right now.
right?
Yeah.
So that's the difference. Because you know what? When you make when I if I make a film like Bukal,
But the dope thing about it is it's like it's not like they control where I want to take it. It's like
that's what my point is.
my thing is more like it's like I love it that they've given me the trust to be able
That's
to.
what my point is.
Okay.
Because if I go to a big producer and
Uh-huh.
sell you, give you, this is my soul. Once they pay for that film,
They got control.
they got control of my soul. So imagine if there were no 600 people, 608 people,
Yeah.
and there's no NFT. And
Uh-huh.
you want this produced, and you go to a producer with money, and he gives you. It's like buying. He just bought your soul, man.
Yeah.
Basically, he'll tell you, no, let's change ganja hoops to
I know, for real.
smoke hoops because don't use ganja.
I know,
It's, so-
I
it's
know,
so
it happens.
it's politically.
Sheesh.
You know what I mean?
I hate that. That's why it takes so
So-
long to finish one.
So since you accepted the money,
Yeah. I have
and
to.
you have to
Yeah, I have
roll
to
the ball.
report. Kind of. I got to kind
You have
of
to
like
report, you
I
have
have
to-
to report transparency.
Now this 608 people.
But you know what I love about this? You being here is very positive for my community.
No, really. It's the
They-
600
they're like-
people, 608 people paid
Yeah.
$10
Yeah.
Not-
Some of them bought
to
multiple.
be part of your soul.
I don't mind. Those are good
No,
souls,
yeah,
right? That's-
exactly. But they will not control your soul. I mean, it's still your passion. They believed with your passion, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
You see what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say?
I
If
know.
I get it from one person and gives me the money,
Then that's like he has. to,
he's part of
yeah,
my soul, but
yes.
he bought it for.
I know. It's just one. No, it's
He
different.
bought it,
Yeah.
right? So now he's in control of my baby.
Basically, majority.
If
of
I
it, it's
say,
like majority
hey,
ownership. Yeah.
The baby, nah, it's not gonna get born anymore. Let's stop production. I'm not
Uh-huh.
gonna pay for it.
Yeah. That's
The
it.
baby dies, right?
Yeah.
But you're nurturing a baby.
Different.
You're nurturing a baby,
Uh-huh.
right? And the 608 people
Parang
is helping you
madami
nurture it.
ninong, mga ninong,
Ninong la
mga
ninong,
mga
diba?
ninong, ninang.
Yeah. That's the difference. Yun yung sinasabi ko. I mean,
kita ko.
actually,
Maganda.
we've been talking earlier with Direk Jordan even before we started the podcast. So basically,
Yes, these are the direction of the conversations that I wanted to
Mm.
partake and also try to understand.
yeah.
So, kasi nga, ito yung una, tsaka madami na rin matagal na rin ako nagsusubok pero hindi ako nagmadali kasi lagi ngang, usually somebody, when I never had the money to do anything, is usually somebody tampering with how I want the things to happen, and sometimes you have to compromise to get to this level, right?
Mm.
Or otherwise I would have been dead. And if didn't learn to compromise in the industry somehow in certain spaces, never to sell the soul.
And I know how
You know what I
tough
mean?
of a spirit you are, bro.
So for us to get to this point, not still relevant, still found a new way where people can't tamper how you want it designed. You actually kept it open for those 608 to become part of the design.
Mm.
Why? Because now I don't feel alone in the success if it becomes successful.
Yep. And okay, well, sorry to cut you,
Sure, go.
But so 608 people, and then suddenly you drift out of your design, and one of them, one of the
plan?
owners, don't like where it's going. He can sell it, right?
Yeah, I got an answer for it. I'm willing to buy it back. And I told them that. Now, I'll buy it back for how much you got it. Give me, or if you could sell it forward for bigger, that's the point of having that.
So it's like
But if you don't want it, I'll
it's
get
like
it
stock
back.
market, right?
It's like, but you can't do it, say that term, like technically, because there's people that say that's illegal. You know what I'm saying? It's not an IPO, it's not a thing. So what we're selling here is digital art. You're collecting digital art, and you're gonna get rewarded for the success of the movie because without your contribution, we can't finish this movie. That's you know what I'm saying. But
No,
it
because
is like that.
I know of a friend who said you don't even have to sell the art. Like for example, if I have a painting,
Mm-hmm.
or like for example, it was my father's sword for his film.
Picture lang.
No, the sword is with me.
No, I mean the picture lang you could sell.
It's in the film. No, exactly. I sell the picture, right?
Yeah,
And I
you
put
could
this in a museum.
Yeah,
So it's in a museum, and 1,000 people can own it, right?
that's possible too.
Yeah. Okay.
depending.
I'm still learning, still learning.
Yeah.
So I'm like
The harder
fifty
part. This is
percent.
what I feel,
Yeah.
right? The harder part of and because by next year I feel like everyone can sell NFTs as easy as posting pictures on Instagram.
Mm,
Everyone.
yeah.
The harder part is getting someone to believe in your NFT. Still getting them to buy it. Just like getting people to buy tickets to go to the movie theaters and watch it.
Mm.
Just like getting people to listen to the album when it comes out the first week. It's always convincing. It's the same kind of concept that, it's always like, kasi pag bumili ako niyan sa una kong bili tapos na-disappoint ako, hindi na ako bibili ulit.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
can't bitch about it.
yeah,
I bought it and I believed in you and you didn't come through with it. So it was a bad buy.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
same thing with this movie. The people that pay $10, they're hoping for this to be a good buy, right?
yeah, yeah,
So for
yeah,
me, I want to champion this. So when they hear of my name in the NFT space, they
Get
always want to support you
yeah, yeah,
without
yeah, yeah,
even
yeah, yeah,
knowing.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So it's
Getting
all
it.
about.
Yeah.
So for me in the real world, it was hard for me to keep what I've earned. Basically, every time I cultivated something and I feel like it's about to be harvested is when those people when it gets contaminated with people that you can't control.
Yeah,
Kumbaga, pest,
yeah,
robbers, crows,
yeah.
uh,
Soul thieves,
so thieves.
soul thieves.
So there, that's the point that you said. I love that cup is not full of, that's like
Magka,
colorful.
magkaisa PH.
I love that. There you go. So anyway, I don't want to keep you too long. You know what I'm saying? This is such a great because I don't want to be the first time I speak to you because I feel like after this conversation, because I posted in Facebook, anong role ang gusto niyong makita si Epic Quizon sa pelikula natin? Ikisan ko sa iyo. Gusto mo basahin ko ngayon yung mga sinabi nila, di ba?
Dude, just give me the weirdest one.
Basahin natin, oh. Pasok tayo, ha. Ito, mga
Just give me the weirdest one.
So basically, I let the people that own the NFT, they get to own the YouTube, the soundtrack, the merch, this podcast. They own this. We own this as NFT community, and I like to update them every month how much they made. I sold 2 shirts today for the community. So I'm just do that till February 8th. I make a movie, and like I was telling Jordan, I kept it open for many people to join us as a film competition where there's criterias where
When will you be
$10,000.
filming? Feb 8.
No, that's when I supposed to hand in something to show the community. But I'm filming in Thailand late November, starting. So I show you the question where. Ano sabi ko dito? Tingnan natin ang mga sagot.
They've read the script?
No. I was just, people is all in the guess. They all in the surprise here. Anong klaseng role ang maganda para kay Epic Quizon para sa ating pelikula, di ba? Ano ko lang. So if they see this picture with you, they're gonna be like, Mike is not a bullshitter. He's over there trying his hardest. Okay, let's see all comments. Okay. Source, bro. Sa Martes, itatanong. Oh, merchant. Tropa ni Coach. Hey, panghori yan si Tropa. Inspirational person, brother. Strain hunter. A lovable, laid-back stoner is always up for a good time, always looking for a new adventure, and is always down for a good laugh. Someone who is always up for a challenge, is always willing to help other friends.
That's to me.
Tropang maraming connection.
Not the daily stoner, no, huh?
Maganda parehas kayo, nagdodroga para sa makakatohanan sa ulol. Isang bad trip na coach, pinag-iinitan lagi mga player niya at lahat ng mga at sa paligid niya. It's a lot. It's like you get tons. It's like, look, hundreds, thousands. So basically, I want everyone to partake in the ride. Like, I want them to feel like their opinions and it help. And if they have brands, I'm going to promote it in the movie. It's almost like the most fun for me to balance is how do I do subtle product placements for all the owners that are small, local people, just to see their brands pass in the movie, like without bothering without
Well, create a
It's a better challenge.
shopping mall scene. So
In a way, but
grocery, right?
but without being like that, without making it look like what that's what we're doing, because these are all underground brands. They're not like, unless one big one want to partake. Yeah, I'm not gonna
No, 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 I think if for your souls,
But Ice Cube is there, so Ice Cube got a whole big tray.
I think that's worth
I love
something.
it.
If they're gonna put buy a certain amount of NFTs, and why not, right? But
Yeah.
I won't brand my film.
I won't either, but if it's a lot,
They,
it's a
they should
challenge.
understand that because that will once you brand your film, that lessens the value of your film.
But when
Not
did
unless you're like
listen to
Wayne's
the-
World, right?
how did that go?
No, Wayne's. If you remember Wayne's World,
in
they
the
like
basement. Yeah,
they really, you know,
yeah. That's the way they did.
they made it funny. So
Yeah,
but
I guess so. That's quite a challenge if you're gonna make it so subtle that nobody noticed that you was showing brands. But anyway, that's a whole different thing. I don't want it to bother the movie. Um,
don't fuck up your design, man.
no,
yeah,
we're
not yet,
not
not
fucking
yet. With
design.
with
I
brand.
was just thinking that how you would do that if that was your design, where you have 1,000 brands to pass through without, like, sneaking in in dialogue and. In
But your
scenes.
movie
Why?
cannot veer off of course the sporting brands. Like you cannot veer off that. I mean, you
I
see
could,
people
but Big Three is an Ice Cube
Nikes and
company,
Adidas
right?
and all that, right?
I probably won't. I probably can't, but I probably can present.
No, this is a
Because if,
this
let's
is a
say,
knock
like,
knock on all the brands, right?
it's a lot of options.
No, because if I'm gonna buy your NFT, I should help you build this,
For
right?
real, yes.
For
I like
my
that.
sake as well, for my
Definitely,
for my $10 worth.
this is what I love about that. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying, Epi. And imagine if it bangs, right? And every 3 months, those people that receive, I mean that got will be receiving that. We're saving lives. This is a new design that you
So imagine
actually
if
never-
Nike comes in because I'll call
They
Nike
can,
now.
but they're always biting my concepts, bro. So that.
Oh, really?
Yes, really. Every court counts. Sounds
Man.
like every court can. drink
Soul
me.
thieves.
So they known it's on YouTube for that, but you know. Well, regardless of that, LeBron James still has to give the tournament 2 more years of what I asked in GoFundMe. So maybe if they tag him and international come, they might want to say, Mike, what are you talking about? Let's talk about it. So I'm not salty about it. We could talk about it. Ice Cube, on the other hand, has a brand called Big Three. Big Three is the first Black American, African American owned professional league in the world or in America, right? So Ice Cube is so prideful of this league that I'm so thankful that my MetaHoops NFT, one of the biggest consumers there, is a owner of a team in his league, and that's how I got my time. I went to see him in New York. I went to see him in Florida. Solid conversation. I'm in touch with him. I got his number. I send him things. He posted his Instagram. So basically, I'm gonna ease my way into earning his trust, because I think if we could have him guide us with distribution, then he has movies like, are we there yet? You know what I'm saying? Like this guy, he got Disney movies. So I think it's a great thing that we're in touch, and he let us use his brand. He let us use his brand on screen, and he let us use his name.
Merch and all that, right?
Yeah, like basically troll him in a positive way. Let's troll him in a positive way. So I set a contest for one of the criterias is one of the players in it just has to dream to play professionally for Ice Cube.
Okay, so this film is like a 90-minute narrative.
Well, I have a full length I'm shooting in Thailand, and everything else, the contest I have
Scripted and all
going
that.
in,
Scripted and all that.
scripted and all that, scripted and all that.
Wow.
Serious one, yeah.
Are you gonna act in it? Directed.
Well, you could direct parts in it. We could see the animation thing you showed me. I think that's very much possible for something we're doing. There's a few parts that belongs to the second series of that I might not be able to shoot on the first part, but I could do it in animation. Even it's like, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's like a 3 to 5 minutes worth for the move for it to be plugged into the film.
Kobe's film is an animation.
Yeah, and he won with that.
He won with that, yeah.
Yeah, so definitely.
Dear Diary, right?
So Epi, wait, one
Or
thing.
your basketball. Your
Let's get off.
basketball. Your basketball.
Let's get off film right now. I want
Okay,
to know
go.
what's your second, besides film growing up. What's your like second passion? Like you know, besides you said you're born into acting.
I love writing songs.
Writing songs, my
I
boy.
love writing songs, man. I have hundreds of them.
Can we record one for the soundtrack too? I mean, I'll
Yeah,
record one next week.
yeah.
I'll bring the machine here, man.
For those who don't know, you can go look Son and Dugo, the guy's a PH. Mike, and I, and like 30 other artists in the Philippines.
Name them, Gary V.
Gary V. So all of them were
Yay.
part of a song that we created for this. We recorded like a few years after Marawi, like a year after Marawi, and we created a song. So for those of you who are watching, it's called Lukso ng Dugo.
You know what?
It's on YouTube.
And today we learned a lot from you. We're so thankful. Check out that Luxon on the go, okay? I bet you wouldn't even guess who's in the intro. Just research and write the comment once you watch, okay? And we're gonna send the link right here. Yeah, before we kind of this is not gonna be the last time I'm gonna be here and talking to you and getting advice. Without the podcast, you're my friend, first of all.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna visit you. We're gonna see each other a million times.
Same
because
Lukson and Dugo, man.
This is like you said when we was on the phone. We was like, yo, man, we just watering the plants of what we started, the friendship that we started. So there's so much more that I want to talk about. But you know, it's not much time today. But there's a lot more in the future. So we're gonna talk about the time with Cherry Hill, Jahan, Res Cortez, Michael De Mesa, Bembo Rocco,
Rocco,
me
Ronnie
and you
Lazaro.
in that room. How the heck did that happen? So that's for the next time we sit with Epi and thank you, brother, man. You know,
Love you, brother. You know that.
love you, brother. Till next time, y'all.
Peace.
Any last thing you want to tell them, though? You know what I mean? Maybe you guys.
February 8th. Can't wait.
Bang. Peace, yo.
I love you,
Okay, how much is
Mary
that?
Jane.
I'm paying now.
I love how you
$10 a pop.